Good morning, student. Today we'll start with a new chapter, that is water resources of India. Now, water resources, we know that it is given by God as a natural resource. It is not created. It is omnipresent everywhere, either in the form of snow or in form of water or in form of water vapor. So water is important resource or important source for the human being. Not only for India, everywhere water resources is very important, because in everyday's life we do require water. So that is the water resources that is given to us by the nature. Now, water resources can be of two types: surface water and groundwater. Now, surface water we all can see on the surface in the form of river, lake, pond, or any other way surface runoff. All these are the source of surface water, which we are quite aware of it, that we can use it if we require. We can take water from the river, we can take water from the lake and pond, or we can take water from natural tanks that is there in some part of India. So that is the surface water. Underground water we do not see. Now, underground water is when there is heavy rainfall or whatever rainfall is there. If the soil is able to absorb that water, that seeps inside the earth, and then it gets collected at the bedrock, and that becomes as a groundwater. And groundwater is now being used for many purpose in India. It is used for making borewell, or we are extracting water, because with the increase in the population we need underground water for domestic use also, like bore wells are there, tube wells are there, from where the water is extracted for being used. So groundwater is important, because we are consuming that. With the increase in the population, number of apartments, number of buildings that are coming up, we cannot always have enough water as a surface water, so we are consuming the underground water. So for underground water we should have porous soil, and the bedrock should be impervious, so that the water gets collected at the water table and then it can be used. In hilly region the water table is very low. In a plain land the water table is quite high. Like for example, in the Ganga plain, if we dig only few meters, we get the underground water. But in Deccan Plateau, because it is a hard surface and rocky surface, rainfall is less. So in the central part of Deccan Plateau, that we had done in the climate chapter, that the leeward side of western and the eastern Ghat gets less rainfall. So underground water is very less in those places where rocks are, it has a rocky surface and the soil is not so porous. So underground water is not equal everywhere. Now, rainfall that seeps inside the earth gets collected. That is called as underground water. So we are consuming those underground water in these days, that we are making bore. In ancient time also, it was that we used to dig well and extract water, that was underground water. These days also we are making borewell, and with the help of borewell we are extracting water, and that is used for domestic purpose. Now, uses of ground and surface water. The most important use for our country is irrigation. Now, the meaning of irrigation is watering plants artificially. It is not dependent on rain, but we need it, that the irrigation should be done artificially by river, by well, by a tank, or by sprinkler or drip. These are the method by which we are irrigating our field, because India is a monsoon country, so maximum farmers are dependent on monsoon rain for their agriculture. But these days the government is encouraging that we use irrigation to water the field, so that we can get the maximum benefit of the land in the sense of getting agricultural product. And second important thing is domestic purpose. So groundwater as well as surface water, both are being used for domestic purpose. Just now we discussed that, because with the increase in the population, we are just increasing the use of the underground water and the surface water. So this both are very important, but among that, the chapter that we are going to deal is mostly about the irrigation. So different methods of irrigations are there, starting with the ancient method, well irrigation. Well can be two types. It is a lined well and unlined well, perennial well and wells that become dry during summer season. Then number two is tube well. These are well which is constructed and the water is extracted with the help of electric motor pump, and that extracts water and irrigates the field. Number three is the tank irrigation. Tank irrigation is the natural depression that is seen in the Deccan Plateau where water gets collected during the rainy season. So the base is already constructed and the side walls are made. So they construct a tank and from there they extract water for irrigation. Third is canal irrigation. Now canal irrigation means artificial river made from the main river. So the man-made river, canal is also called as a man-made river. So we construct a canal from a river. Suppose this a river is flowing, and if from here we construct a dam on this, and then from here we construct a canal, and this water is supplied to the rest of the place which is away from the river. So that is called as a canal irrigation. Canal irrigation is also of two types, inundation canal and perennial canal, which we'll be discussing in the later part. Now, next number is sprinkler. This is the latest method of irrigation where there is a pipe is laid down in the field with a nozzle, and these nozzle keep on moving and sprinkles the water in the field. So this is the ideal method of irrigation because there is no loss of water by evaporation as the water is passing through the pipe. Number fifth is it is a drip irrigation. Now drip irrigation is mostly practiced for small crops like strawberry, like in Maharashtra, Mahabaleshwar, they do agriculture of strawberry, and the pipe they lay down the pipe, and these pipe has small hole, and these water that is passed through the pipe gives water near the root of the plant, so there is no loss of water by evaporation. So the best two methods of irrigation in the latest uses sprinkler and drip irrigation. Well is an old method, tube well is better than that. Tank is only practiced in South India. Canal irrigation is very common in northern India. Sprinkler and drip irrigation they are practicing in well-developed state where where there are facility of electricity, where there is facility of good pipe, where farmers are quite well-to-do of, they can use these two type of irrigation. So in the next video, we'll be seeing in detail about all the different type of irrigation system.